Good morning, children. Today in this class I am going to explain about the relationship between the tribal people with the forest. Okay, if you see the forest, there are so many tribal people are living till today. Okay, we cannot imagine without tribal people the forest. Okay, till today so many tribal communities are living in the state of Telangana and in the state of Andhra Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Okay, among the different types of communities, there are so many communities of tribal people are living in the forest regions, that are the Koyas, Gondu and Kondareddis. These are the so many different types of tribes who are living in the forest regions till today in the state of Telangana. Okay, in the state of Telangana till today about 60% of tribal people are living in the forest region. The state of Telangana about 60% of people, 60% of tribal people are living in forests till today. Okay, in the forest there are different types of tribal communities are living. Those are the Koyas, Kondareddis, Gond. Okay, these are the different types of tribal people who are living in the forest regions. Okay, in the class 6 we have seen some of the tribal people are living in Koya. Tribal people are living in the Pengolu village, that is located in the forest region, and that is also located in the hilly region. Okay, once if you see about the relationship of these people with the forest, okay, generally these tribal people are gathering some timber and gathering some collection of woods and collection of things from the forest, and they can sell them in the nearby cities. With the selling of these forest produce in the cities, they are getting their livelihood. Okay, in this way they are living in the forest regions. Okay, now this collection of forest produce is nothing but, it is also called as non-timber forest produce, NTFP. Okay, non-timber forest produce. Okay, in this way the tribal people are gathering some of the forest produce and they are selling in the nearby cities to get the livelihood. To live in the forest, they are selling the different forest produce in the nearby markets. Okay, generally in the months of June and December they are doing the cultivation or they are doing the agriculture, but they are following the Podu cultivation or June cultivation. Okay, due to this Podu cultivation they had no proper land records for their ownership. Okay, now let us see about the Podu cultivation. Podu cultivation. Podu cultivation is nothing but, generally the tribal people are clearing the forest in one region and they are doing farming for 2 years. After 2 years they are leaving the forest lands and they can go to the other places, and then they are clearing the forest and they are doing the agriculture. In this way they are doing the cultivation in the forest. Okay, due to this transmigration of these tribal people, they had no proper documents or proper land records of their land ownership. Okay. 2. They had no proper land records. They had no proper land records for ownership. Okay. After establishment of British rule in India, to build the railways and to build the dams and to build so many constructions in India, they are cutting down the forest rapidly. Okay, when they are cutting down the forest, they are taking all the lands from the tribal people. Okay, now let us see. Okay. After the establishment of British rule in India, Britishers were rapidly cut down the forest regions or forest lands or forest timber to construct the railways. To construct railways, the major one is railways, and to construct dams. To construct ships, to construct factories, and to construct houses, and to construct mines. For all these purposes, the Britishers are cutting down the forest very rapidly. Okay, to cut down all these forests, they are taking they had took the forest lands from the tribal people. Why? Because the tribal people were not having proper land records. Okay, to evicting the tribal people in between the years 1920 to 1940, there are so many evictions, forced evictions were occurred. There were so many forced evictions of tribal people were occurred. Forced evictions of tribal people. They are introducing so many laws and rules in the forest lands on behalf of to get the timber and to get the trees in the forest. They are introducing so many laws and so many rules for the tribal people. To clear the tribal people in the forest lands, they are introducing so many laws and so many rules. In between the years from 1920 to 1940, they had in these years so many forced evictions of tribal people were occurred. Due to these forced evictions, in the state of Telangana, the Nizam introduced Nizam rule introduced the forest classification of forest. Classifying of forests. Okay. This Nizam rule introducing the classification of forests. They are introducing two types of forests, that are the reserved forests and protected forest. Okay. For this reserved forest, no one could enter into the reserved forest. No one could enter into this reserved forest. For the protected forest, they had some laws. Okay, people can raise their animals in the protected forest. people can cut the timber or can cut the wood for their own purposes, and people can use the forest produce for their own purpose. Okay, here people can graze the animals in this forest. People can raise their animals and using for personal purposes, using for own. Okay, like this there are laws were introduced by the Nizam rule in the state of Telangana during the period of 1920s to 1940s. Okay, to avoid the eviction of tribal people from the forest, the Nizam introduced the rule. Okay, by introducing this rule, the Nizam classifying the forest as a reserved forest and protected forest. Okay, for this reserved forest, the rule is no one could enter into the reserved forest. Why? Because to regenerating the forest or to protecting the forest, they are introducing the Nizam rule. Okay, to in this protected forest, people can enter into the protected forest and people can graze their animals in the protected forest, and people can bring the logs of woods from the protected forest, and they are using the forest produces for their own purposes. Okay, in this way the Nizam rule had avoid the forced evictions of tribal people in the state of Telangana. Okay, to clear all these evictions, in the year 1988, the government of India had bring the National Forest Policy. In the 1988, the government of India had introduced the National Forest Policy. National Forest Policy. Okay, according to this National Forest Policy, the forest lands which are belonging to the tribal people are the forest lands for the purpose of regeneration and for the purpose of afforestation. The forest lands were given to the tribal people, and so many laws were introduced to regenerate and to generate the forest according to this 1998 National Forest Policy. Okay, in the state of Telangana, it was renamed as CFM. In Telangana, it was renamed as CFM. Community Forest Management. Okay. In the state of Telangana, it was renamed as CFM, Community Forest Management. According to this rule or according to this act, all the regenerated the areas which are under for the requirement of regeneration for the requirement of afforestation, which were given to the government by the tribal communities. In this CFM, according to this CFM, all the tribal communities are accepting to give the forest lands to the government for the purpose of regeneration and for the purpose of afforestation. Okay, but anyhow, in the year 2006, the Forest Act was enabled. The National Forest Act was enabled. According to this National Forest Act, all the forest land which was regenerated and which was afforested by the government again want to give to the tribal people. Okay, in this way the tribal people had so much relation with the forest. Okay, thank you children.